I talk boxing and MMA like nobody else does. Tune into the FightBig.com podcast show.
This is FightBig.com's Rick Deserves podcast.
Uncensored boxing talk for uncensored MMA talk. Tune into the FightBig.com podcast show.
What's up, dudes? It's your boy Rick from FightBig.com coming at you live here on YouTube. YouTube user, you see it up there. Check it out. So, this weekend, I'm broadcasting live out of my lair here from New York, by the way. What's up, dudes? It's Friday, February 17th, and tomorrow, Vitali Klitschko is fighting Chisora, okay? You heard about the smack by now at the weigh-in. This Chisora bum, you never heard of him before probably, especially if you're from the US. And the guy smacks him, he's scared to death, and the guy lost his last fight in a split decision. Chisora has 15 wins, 2 losses, 17 KOs. That can't be right. 15 wins. I'm reading his record off of a piece of paper. Sorry, dudes, I screwed it up. But anyway, basically, he lost his last 2 fights, alright? He lost to fucking Tyson Fury. Oh my god, and he lost a decision to some other bum, alright? What is he gonna do to Klitschko? Absolutely nothing. Look at Vitali Klitschko, guys. He's 43 wins and 40 big legitimate KOs. 2 losses. He hasn't lost in about a decade. It was 2003 when he lost to Lennox Lewis on the cut. Before that, he lost to Chris Bird, and it was basically on a stool because he hurt his shoulder or something. I forget. But bottom line, this bum, Chisora, makes himself look horrible, smacks him because he's scared to death. He's only 6'1", Vitali's 6'7". He's going to wreck this guy. I give Chisora 7 rounds. Oh, let's give him 8 just so I look right about the KO. Hopefully it happens. KO, 8 rounds. Vitali Klitschko could beat this man, in my opinion, if he was 55 years old. You could grab George Foreman right now, put him in training camp for a month, have him chopping wood out in a farce. Old Foreman in his 50s, well into his 50s, is he in his 50s? I think so, would kick this Chisora guy's ass, alright? The guy is a punk. If you need to go in a face-off and smack someone in the face for no reason, talk about a sucker punch, it's a sucker smack. You're a sucker, Chisora. You're going to get your butt kicked. To be honest, I really never even heard of this guy. I'm a crazy boxing fan. Don't even really know who this guy is. I've probably seen him fight before, and I had no recollection of it, really. The heavyweight division in boxing stinks. It really sucks. You got a WBC title on the line, heavyweight championship of the world. Most of the mainstream in the US here, dudes, to my awesome listeners over there like Superfly Man in the UK, we don't even know what's going on anymore. We're not even looking for these dudes, you know, when they're fighting overseas, really. Die-hard boxing fans will check out Vitali. They know what he's going to do. He's going to kick this boy's butt, and we really don't care anymore. So what you got here is you got a heavyweight championship bout going on post-2003. The last big, significant heavyweight fight, in my opinion, was Lennox Lewis versus Vitali Klitschko. And arguably, it was a cut that stopped the fight. You could say that Klitschko really never lost a fight. He never got his ass whooped and knocked out, right? Vitali Klitschko? I thought he was the better of the 2 fighters that have Vlad and Vitali going into the game from jump. So here you got a guy, he's about 40 years old, 41, whatever it is, and he's going to dismantle a younger athlete, fighter, and he's gonna whip his ass, and that's it. Case closed. All right. So the smack was a punk move, and in my opinion, it was all about fear and to get some people to watch the fight. No one gives a shit. So that little smack thing, whatever. So guys, moving on. We got some things coming up in boxing. We got ESPN2 tonight. ESPN3, ESPN2. John Molina is fighting Quintoro. I got an undercard. Looks kind of decent. I can't even read my own handwriting. Sean Estrada versus a guy named Terrence Woods. So that should be interesting. I always watch Friday Night Fights. I gotta apologize on the Team HBO channel. If you know, you know. I got over 2 million uploads views over the years. I had to delete all my copyrighted stuff. All the ESPN stuff I had to get rid of, guys, because people were ratting me out. Somebody just got on there and started bitching. I got a strike, and it's about to be my 3rd strike. And that channel is linked into a lot of other channels. I have other channels on YouTube, and it was gonna mess around with some things, and I couldn't have that happen. So I apologize. I can no longer do that on that Team HBO channel. Can't do it because I was about to get shut down. So I'd rather have something out here, some other YouTube channels, and this channel right here, user Team HBO, and this is also on Fight Big COM at YouTube. But I'm sure you understand, and it's just unfortunate that some people are rats. You know, they gotta just rat you out like that. Because I had a video up there, it had nothing to do with, you know, it was just boxing, and they flagged it. And it was like, I got a letter from YouTube or whatever, so I was like, let me just I gotta cut this all down, gotta chop out all the other stuff, you know, that I don't own and make myself and all that good stuff. I'm sure you understand. It sucks. People suck. You try to do something cool. I'm not trying to get fucking famous off of fucking uploading ESPN fights. Come on, I'm just up to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing it because I like to do it. Really. So, dude, you want to hate on me? Whoever it is, it's all good. I don't care, you know, but I do care for the boys that are out there that like overseas that can't get ESPN2 like that quick, and they can't get those fights that I upload for them. Sucks. I'm sorry. Anyway, congrats to the big Nish anyway. He won last week's DVD deal. I went to the post office, tried to mail it to him. Wrong address came up. I figured it was a typo. I wrote him on my phone in the post office. So I got your address today, dude. It's going out. It'll be in the mail. You'll get it next week sometime. Hopefully, maybe you'll have it within 9 days. I don't know how long. Slow. I'm sending it slow. No priority mail, nothing like that. So you get your DVD. Congrats again. And we'll do some more giveaways, dudes. I got a shitload of boxing cards. Really, from back in the day, I was like 15. I went on like a whole, I gotta have boxing cards, and I got Fraser Ali, I got all, you know, Bobby Chez, I got Julio Cesar Chavez. So we might do another giveaway in the future, so keep watching, and it'll be awesome to send some of those cards out to winners. So what else do we got going on this weekend? We got Paul the Punisher Williams. He's fighting Noboru Ishida. Ishida is from Japan. You know, Ishida is 24 wins, 6 losses, 9 KOs. Not a big power puncher, but he knocked out James Kirkland in the first round. That's why you know Ishida, and that's why he's in this game. Last fight, I looked at his record. They threw him in there with a bum. The guy never had a fight in his life. He knocked the guy out in 1 round. So that's 2 first-round knockouts for Ishida. You got Paul Williams. Paul is 40 big wins, 2 losses, 27 KOs. As you know, Sergio Martinez in the rematch knocked him the hell out, and it was crazy. And he's basically trying to resurrect his career here on Showtime. This is tomorrow night, guys. So I'm looking for Paul Williams to beat Ishida. I don't know I haven't really watched too much Ishida outside the first round knockouts, but I think if Paul gets him past that 5th round, like I said, Ishida's not a big puncher. He should take him out. He should look impressive. I don't know if he's going to look impressive because, you know, boxing is mental. Paul Williams won his last fight on a decision. What was it, against Lara? So I'm thinking Paul Williams is going to probably have a decision with Ishida. If I had to put money on it, I would say it's going to be a decision. Hopefully they get the knockout, get excited knockout, and he'll come back in the game and look strong again and make a name for himself. Paul the Punisher was avoided. He was like a super, super tall welterweight, you know, he's had all the attributes. Nobody wanted to fuck with him. But after what happened, you know, with Sergio Martinez, styles make fights, he kind of, you could say, exposed him, knocked him the hell out. When you take a rock, when you take a big knockout, like you got hit by a rock or a boulder like that, we don't know how the guy's going to react coming back against quality opposition. So I look forward to seeing Paul beating Ishida, and if he doesn't beat him, if he can't beat Ishida, pack the bags, Paul, it's over. So I doubt that's going to be the case, but you never know. It's boxing. But he should look good, and he should win the fight on a decision. All right, dudes. Well, what else do we got going on in boxing here? We got last week I did a Pacquiao versus Mayweather's pay-per-view deal, and I thought the better fight would be Bradley versus Pacquiao. I still do, and I said I'd rather buy that card than buy the Floyd Mayweather vs Cotto card, because I know it's going to happen for sure, but I don't know if Pacquiao is going to dominate and beat Bradley. I don't know. I'd be surprised. I'll be more surprised if Cotto beats Floyd Mayweather, but will I be as surprised if Bradley beats Pac? No. That's why it's going to be a good freaking fight. Dudes, I gotta tell you though, the undercard, everybody's getting all happy now because they're throwing a 40-year-old Shane Mosley in there with Cinnamon. Now, as you know, if you watch my show or listen to my show, I think Cinnamon is like an overrated bum, you know? What does a 40-year-old do against Cinnamon? I'll talk about that next week because really, I don't know. I don't know what Shane Mosley brings to the table. He had Floyd Mayweather hurt in his last fight, and he couldn't pull the trigger after that. He was like a walking dead man, a shell of himself, really. He knows everything up here. He knows the moves. He knows where to put his feet, and he knows what to do, but he can't pull the trigger. And honestly, it should be a competitive fight because from what I'm seeing from a young Cinnamon, overrated so-called superstar, Mexicans love him, I see a guy that can't pull the trigger. I see a guy that gets hit a lot. So it could turn into a really good freaking competitive fight when you got a B fighter fighting an old elite A guy who now is no longer A, and he comes down and they're going to meet somewhere, in my opinion. They're going to meet on that B level. So it's going to be a really good, entertaining fight. But would I buy that pay-per-view because of that? Fuck no. I mean, come on, you're selling me a 40-year-old ex-former great fighter versus that dude to sell the card on top of Floyd vs Cotto, where I know who the winner is going to be. I'll take Pac Bradley all day, and I'll watch those other fights some other time, really. And that's just what I feel, and I'm just giving you the real what I feel. So if you're taking my advice, forget undercards at this point, because Pac Bradley, that fight is going to be the shit. When I tell you that, trust me on that. You got an undefeated young champion with heart, fearless Tim Bradley with a head that knocks into fighters, and Pac gets cut. Is a lot of variables here, guys. It's going to be an exciting fight, and that's the fight I'm excited about outside of the two pay-per-views. Sorry, within the two pay-per-views. It's going to be really cool. So, anyway, so what else can we talk about? I'm trying to run this down real quick. We'll get all these things up. Kelly Pavlik had sobriety issues. I said he would be like a gatekeeper in 2012. I don't know when we'll see him back. And there's a lot of other interesting things going on. Telemuno's got a fight, I believe, tomorrow night. I don't have the list in front of me. So yeah, so look forward to seeing this weekend online somewhere. I'll find the fight legally, you know. Vitali should be taking out this Chisora guy, and we'll see what happens, dudes. I'll tell you what, though, I'm really pissed off. Boxing sucks right now. You know, they're building boxing up right now, like in a weird fake way, like wrestling. You got Floyd fighting recycled Cotto. When I see recycled Cotto that has been around, he's been beat up. Yeah, he only had 2 losses. Arguably, you know, you can see the decision against the Shane Mosley decision was weird. Oh shoot, my music is coming, guys. I'll be back next week. I got this all like going set format here, so the show's easier for me to do. It's a pain in the ass to do all this. I edit it all and all that good stuff. But dudes, we'll continue this conversation. Please leave comments down here. I read them. I'm on my phone, I'm bored, I'm on a train, I'm traveling, I'm in New York, I'm like, holy shit, I'm so freaking bored. I need to see what's going on. I need to hear from you guys. You know, I listen to you guys, and it's all good. So I love boxing fans, love fight fans, love MMA. I seen UFC on Fuel TV last night. Diego Sanchez got beat down, but he's a tough dude, real bloody fight. So a lot of things going on in the fight world, and we're going to keep things going with that. As far as me, like, doing these little vlogcasts, and I got the video show coming up. If you know the Fight Big video show, I got to go back out there. I'm going to try to produce that like once every 2 months or maybe 4 times a year. We'll see what happens with that. It's when I go out with the camera, I go out in the city, I'm like, yo, I ask people what's going on with boxing. Maybe I'll even kick down a gym door to some fight place or whatever. You guys have an awesome, awesome weekend and enjoy the fights. Peace.